Man, this is a nice tree. Sure, it'd be a shame if anyone, cut it down.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, weird. These are actually, like, different. Yeah, they are different. Much smaller. I didn't even notice. I thought I'd use, like, the same lumber. But no, this is, like, a different... This is a different kind of pole. This is a different breed of guy. And this is definitely a different location from where we last left off. With a different outfit, different weapon, and even a different bow. And to that, I say, or really, I'm assuming, you may have a few questions as to how I got all these things. And to that, I only have one answer. I had a hard time sleeping last night. So to kind of ease the nerves, I went into the depths and farmed up some zonite, some battery chunks. Got a lot of batteries now. Or at least one whole new battery. And very close to getting another chunk. Additionally, I went and got the ninja outfit. And I unlocked Kotera. Or another one of the great fairies. But while I was running around in the depths, I found a couple of really cool locations. And this time I showed some restraint. So without further ado, let's get going. Check this thing out. Rito Village has a fucking cavity. And there's the light room. So, while I was playing last night, I decided to test my theory of, you know, hey, that first area we went to when we found that first great mine where we got the ability to duplicate vehicles, right? There were a bunch of statues that were presumably Hylians, and they all pointed in one direction, inevitably leading you to that mine. So my theory was, hey, you know, there are other statues of other people in Hyrule. They have to lead you to other mines, right? So I chased down the Rito statues, and it leads you up to this wall right here. Something worth noting about the depths compared to the surface is that bodies of water create these big... Okay, so like what would be bodies of water on the surface create giant imposing walls in the depths, right? So like here, this is all blacked out. It's a big impenetrable wall. You go up, it's a lake. You go back down here, it's like a little alcove. And this is the pose statue guy. They're like giant dudes. They're like really giant dudes. I didn't know that. This one right here makes it pretty obviously that they're like giant dudes. Maybe I'll jet back there after we deal with this. And after we deal with another thing. And I'm gonna leave that one a secret though. Secret? Wascally Wabbit? I'm gonna leave that one a secret till we get there. Hello. Oh, He doesn't have scheme stones. Associates in this mine or in other mines? I wasn't necessarily paying attention. Here, okay. Oh, it's probably this guy. Rocket platform. Cool. You know, when it came to unlocking the other Great Ferry, I had to get their little cart across the river, and I tried to make like a little stone thing using these hover stones, right? Kind of like this. But I put fans on it to try to make it move while it was hovering, and it didn't work. Good to know that it would have worked, though. Had I just used rockets instead of fans. Now I know for next time, I'll be an even greater menace. Clumps of earth. Raise up our weapon revived by stone of blue. The luminous stone? Is that like, here's how to cure the gloom? That's what it kind of sounds like. Oh, these are their little homes. Quaint. Yes, one of them has caught my interest, actually. Yep. Weird place, though. I guess this isn't another great mine, but is instead just a regular mine for that area. Weird that there's no researchers down here, though. I don't know. I've grown accustomed to their presence. I was looking forward to a free bunch of bananas. Or 2. Or 3. But I guess this... Well. That's that. Now for the real delicious find from yesterday. This thing. Construct Factory. I don't know if there's more of these. I kind of hope not. Okay, I did walk in here a little bit, right? I kind of hope there's not more of these for convenience sake. And I'll get to that. Because I have another gangster's theorem. After walking forward a good 5 or 6 steps. This thing. This thing right here. It's like a golem, right? They're making a big, like, construct golem. And if you notice, there's a left leg depot, right? The left leg for the left leg of the golem. When we last talked to the pillar guy, right? The guy that's like, oh, go take pictures of the pillars and I'll translate them. We heard about Minoru, Raru's older sister, who was planning on making a robot to house her soul so she could live forever. Or beyond her years, right? Is that the robot? Or is that just like another thing? Is that like gonna be her mechanical successor because she failed to make the robot body in the past? I don't know. But I want to figure out what the hell's going on there. And I'm hoping this is kind of like a larger single dungeon that'll let me build this machine. And I'm hoping it's not scattered across the depths, because if it is, well, it's scattered across the depths, and I gotta go on a big road trip if I want to build this robot companion. And I want to build it now. I mean, assuming... I don't know, I'm very confident in my read that it is just robot friend. Let's fucking go. But it could be something else. It could just be like a unique NPC. Hell, it could even be like a boss. I don't know. Zonai robots have been pretty uncorruptible as of late. As of late? As if they've been corrupted before. You get what I'm going for, though, right? The robots in this game didn't get fucked up by Ganon. So I'm going to assume if this thing's gonna fight me, it's just because it's, you know... Danger, danger, protect, protect. So far, I'm not seeing a lot of important... What's it? Who's it's? I could have just missed it. You know, I did stay up very late. And this is like the second time in a row. Granted, the first time wasn't because of nerves. The first time, I was hanging out in the demon hole. We decided to watch a film. And that film will be Bill Astor's Beau is Afraid. And man, I would not recommend that film. I'm not like... I don't have a fine taste for the art. I don't watch a lot of movies. But even then, kind of just felt like incoherent slop. And I didn't watch it alone, I watched it with a couple buddies. And both of them kind of agreed that it was just kind of like a mess of shit. So it's reassuring. But yeah, so what's it about? What's the deal? Right? What's this movie? What's your fucking problem with it? Just spit it out. Basically, it centers around this, like, horribly anxious character, the titular Beau, as he goes about trying to see his mother. And just about fucking everything that can possibly goes wrong every time, all the time. And I kind of want to spoil it. Me saying that is already kind of spoilery, you know, because everything goes wrong. But at the very least, you can go, well, what could possibly go wrong, you know? But I want to spoil it. So if you're looking to watch Bill Astor's Beau is Afraid, and you're really like excited to do that, maybe skip forward a bit. You know? With that said, okay, I know that construct is there, but the moment I talk to him and the moment I read is the moment I stop fucking carrying on this line of dialogue, and I would like to finish it. So I'm gonna go over here and fight these fools instead. So yeah, so I'm gonna spoil the movie now. Basically, it feels like a big unconnected mess of shit going wrong, because it kind of is. It's not necessarily a collected narrative. It's more of just all of Bill Astor's greatest fears unleashed onto this guy, and that's the movie. Just like as Beau goes about trying to see his mother, everything that Bill Astor is like just fucking absolutely terrified of happens. And again, that's the movie. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. Because at the beginning of the... Because you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that the whole point is that it's supposed to be all of his greatest fears in video format. Because that's not presented to you. Unless you had extracurricular knowledge on Bill Astor as a person, you would have no fucking idea that this is supposed to be all the things he's afraid of. Because it's just, like, you know, it's just a movie. It's just about this guy named Beau. He's trying to see his mom, and then, oh, you know, someone steals his key. And then, oh, fucking someone broke in. Oh, his mother's dead, actually. So now what's he gonna try to do? Well, he's gonna go outside, and then he gets hit by a car, and then he gets picked up by these people. And they're like, oh, don't worry, sport. We'll get you to your mother's funeral soon. Because she won't get buried until Beau is there. And she's 70, and she's rotting, and XYZ ABC. And while this is going on, you're like, damn, this sucks. Poor guy. And it just keeps getting worse, and it just keeps getting worse. But while it gets worse, there's like these little hints that there's like something more going on, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe there is like a deeper thing. Maybe this like this shtick, this nightmare has like a rhyme and a reason that Beau is unaware of. And, you know, the point of the movie is him kind of getting his world flipped on its head, and this is the strangest fucking... What the fuck is that? Anyways, you think he'll figure something out, because it feels like there's something more to what's going on, and it's just beyond the curtain, and it's so close, right? And as he keeps moving, as things keep happening to him, the plot continues to develop, and right when you think it's going to a head, you're punched in the mouth and thrown in a new direction. And it's really jarring every time it happens. And I kind of fucking hate it. And I kind of fucking hate it. Right? Because like in the very beginning of the film, when he's anxious in his fucking apartment. Right? I thought the movie was going to be about just like this guy with anxiety and how he struggles to deal with it and how he kind of fails to get the proper help or treatment he needs to actually properly deal with it. And because of that, the world he lives in seems so much scarier than it is. And the reason why I thought this was what the movie was like was because, like, in the very beginning, you kind of pick up on an audio trick they use. In that, when Beau gets really anxious, there's like a drum. There's like a low, like, in the background. And you're like, oh, geez. All right, this is the Beau is anxious leitmotif, I guess, right? Or not leitmotif, but noise. This is the signal. This is the alarm. Prepare yourself. Beau is afraid. Movie title. Movie title. Let's fucking get off this stinky bridge. This sucks. Right? And then early in the movie, when Beau starts, like, freaking out because he has to leave his house to go get water so he can drink the water because he just took a pill. And the psychiatrist told him only take the pill with water, and he took it without water, so he's freaking fucked out because he has to leave, and he doesn't want to leave because there's street crime. Oh, whoa there. Right? Right when this, like, anxious drum picks up, you hear the sounds of street crime. And it, like, leads me to believe, like, oh, okay, maybe the street crime, the street crime and the sounds are related. And Beau is just an unreliable perspective on this world. And while everything he perceives is incredibly scary, maybe that's just him. Maybe he's an unreliable narrator in a visual medium, and as a result, the visuals conveyed in the film are illusory until he has his big breakthrough, right? But that's not what it is at all. That's not what it is at all. It is just, hey, wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened? And then it happens, and that's the whole fucking movie. That is the entire fucking movie. And it's just like, oh man, that was sure fucked up. Wouldn't it be even more fucked up if this happened? And then it happens, and then it happens, and then it happens, and then it happens, and then it happens. And it's like, man, I don't fucking care. You know, maybe that's kind of selfish, maybe that's kind of indulgent, but the whole film feels kind of selfish, kind of indulgent. My shield. Oh no, I dropped it because of the lightning. Because it's just things he's afraid of without, like, conveying that to the reader. Or to the reader. To the audience, right? It is just, this would be scary for me. Long blade. Ooh, I want that. I want that very much. Fuck. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to leave it to rot again. Oh, but it's so cool. Katana. But I guess... What am I trying to... What was the point I wanted to make there? Beau is afraid. It's just shit getting more fucked up, and that's the point. And I guess that's the point. You're supposed to kind of... Like, man, that would be fucked. I'm glad that didn't happen to me. But also, like, it's so... cartoonish. Like, it's so horribly cartoonish. And it's, like, immediately horribly cartoonish. Like, while we were watching this film... I was watching it with, like, Ian... And a fellow by the name of Ben. And Ben was the guy who was sharing the screen. Ian and I would just say, hey, could you pan over the length of the film? By the way, it's 3 hours long of this, hey, wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened? And then it happens. And, you know, that doesn't get old at all. No, it never gets old. 3 hours of it just getting gradually more fucked up and more confusing, right? And then it'll, like, throw in this wrinkle of, like, Elaine, or Beau's father, or this whole thing where, oh, if Beau comes, he'll die. Well, his mother's shown to be very, like, controlling and, like, manipulative. So maybe that's just a lie she told Beau, right? Maybe Beau is this horrible, anxious wreck because his mother was this, like, horrible, doting, overbearing thing. But then at the end of the movie... No, that's not what it is at all. No, actually, he's just this horrible asshole. And by the film's narrative, right? He's not made to be an asshole. It's just people in the movie call him an asshole because one of Bill Astor's fears is that everyone just calls him an asshole, and he's, like, declared guilty of crimes that he doesn't feel like he committed, that he doesn't... Well, just doesn't feel like he committed. I was gonna look for synonyms for that, but I couldn't find them. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like, sucked. It just, like, sucked. It was just, like, scary. Fucking... Immediately in the movie. Like, it felt like fucking Looney Tunes to me. Because immediately in the movie, after the mother dies and he's calling people, particularly his therapist, he gets the answering machine, and then the answering machine plays out its regular, like, answer. And then the therapist's voice comes on over the phone and goes, I'm sorry. Completely autonomously. Right? So it's like, oh. Oh, something's up here, because that was not the message. That was the phone talking to him, saying, I'm sorry. So, like, from the beginning, you know something's weird, and you're presented a lot of possible threads for what is going on. why this is weird, what it could be. And then it's ultimately just like, well, one of them is true, and it's like the most fucking like boring one. In the second set piece where Beau is like adopted by some nice old lady and a really good surgeon, the lady tells him to watch the TV and go to channel 78, and he goes to channel 78, and it's a security camera in the house watching him. So it's like, oh, they're watching him? Oh, this is kind of scary. This is kind of creepy, right? And they also already have Jeeves, who's like this war veteran who's freaking out all the time. Maybe there's like an insidious motive to them. And then Beau rewinds and it rewinds, and then Beau fast forwards and it catches up to the present. And then he fast forwards again, and it fast forwards to the future where he's on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and then he capsizes. And that's never addressed again until the very end of the movie, where after he actually kills his mother, because it's revealed that, well, he actually sort of kills his mother. So there's like a plot twist that his mother didn't die, but it was staged because she felt like her son fucking hated her because, oh, you made up the story about the keys even though he never did. Yada, yada, yada. Caretaker died, not her. It was all staged. Beau fucks the girl from the fucking cruise ship, and she dies instead of him. So there are more of these. Who want more depots? So sad. But anyway. Oh, his mother didn't die. It was all staged. She was testing him, proving how fucking worthless he is. And then, oh, his therapist was in on it the whole time. It was all like a big gaslight. They were just seeing how rotten his fucking hole was. Oh, man. And then there's a thing in the woods where a big elaborate play happens, and then some dude comes up to Beau and he's like, oh, I'm your dad. Oh, I'm your dad. I'm your dad, Beau. And then he gets fucking blown up because Jeeves is trying to fucking kill Beau because the fucking people that adopted him had a daughter, and she fucking hated him because he was staying in her room while he was recovering. So she kills herself by chugging paint, and then they blame Beau. And then they send the Vietnam guy that they were watching after Beau to fucking kill Beau for killing their daughter. Totally. And it's a mess. Anyways, fucking Jeeves blows up the supposed dad, and the dad's like, oh yeah, no, my family owed your mother, and da-da-da-da-da. And then he backs off, and then right before he gets exploded, he's like, run, Beau. So it's like, okay, are you his dad or is he not? Or are you not? Not is you not. This fucking film is like a miasma. Forgive me. And it was like 3 in the morning. And it was like 3 in the morning last night. But, and I don't have like a script, so it's not going to be effective. Why not? That's probably a Joshua quest. Damn. Oh, you know what? I never actually went back to her after doing that quest for her in the mine. I should probably go do that. Yeah, there's just like a million plot twists. There's just like a million shocking plot twists where it just keeps getting worse. And it's eventually revealed that Beau's father is actually a giant, horrible, like, penis monster in his mother's attic. No joke. That is straight faced. That is just what happened. And then he strangles his mother. And then he escapes via boat. But then the boat breaks down and he drives into a big fucking stadium where it turns out people have been watching him the whole time. And then he's condemned to death. upon which his engine will fucking, well, upon which his engine fucking explodes, and then everyone that is watching his life just goes, huh, and walks away. And that's the movie. And you know, knowing that the whole movie is supposed to be his greatest fears, or Bill Astor's greatest fears, just like put into film format for some fucking reason. Oh, hey. I met her a while ago. She gives you money for finding wells. It's pretty cool. But yeah, like, knowing it's all supposed to be his greatest fears, though I wonder why he fears his father secretly being a giant penis monster. I'm sure that's actually just, like, kind of a piss take on the deeper fear of, oh, there's a great family secret that you're related to a literal monster, but this one happens to be a penis. It's funny, shocking, ooh, I don't know. But, like, knowing it's supposed to be his greatest fears, and then finally it's like, oh yeah, these people that have been watching you condemn you to fucking... Or just his fear that he gets totally obliterated and forgotten. Like, immediately. That's like, kind of raw. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just kind of like a lot of shit happens, and his ultimate fear is that he's afraid he's going to be totally obliterated and, like, condemned for his life's work. I guess. And that's, like, that's real. But also, I don't know. It feels so... Like, I feel like it could have been, like, a paper. But it's never really been done in film, so I do kind of understand the desire to put it into film. To convey those emotions on the big screen, because it's never really been like... Wow. I just spoke too fast. Because that's never really, like, been conveyed. Right? Like, what could have easily been a really angsty, like, blog post is instead conveyed via just this, like, existential, oh fuck, it could be so bad, oh fuck, it gets worse kind of thing. And I respect that, but I still fucking hated watching it, and it was still, like, way too fucking long, and way, just, like, it was exhausting. Because this shocking shit keeps happening, and these fucking arcs keep happening. It's da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know, man. I didn't like it. It was a lot. It was a lot of, like, nothing. It was just, like, slop. Like, it didn't constitute, like, a greater meal. It was just, like, ugh, you know? Or at least that's how I felt about it. Feel free to watch it on your own and form your own opinion, but, you know, maybe like a low-ranking movie guy like me saying it's poop and kind of doing a poor job of explaining why might inspire you to really give it a go, and I apologize if you do. But either way, it's looking like it's about time, and I spent the entire fucking thing, like, slurring and trying to talk about this fucking movie I hated. And that's kind of funny. But yeah. Zeldor. Yippee. We did a big temple. We did a big temple last episode. Now I get to fuck around. It's the beginning of the fuck around arc. Oh my goodness. Yippee.